Oh, here's my new Mobula HD without the HD. This is the kit on eBay that has the 8 motors that it comes with. Backup motors, I guess. And it comes with the F4 board. And it comes with the separate VTX board on a mount on the back. And I've used shoe goo to fasten the canopy on the top of the flat-headed Phillips screws that are supplied that have a really good flat surface on them and wide that cover the rubber if you torque it down. So I put on the last spacer, the short one, for the VTX board, and then I put on top of that the flathead Phillips screws, and then I glued on top of the flathead Phillips screws the canopy at 3 points, 1, 2, 3, and then I put a little bit of rubber glue on the camera so that I can adjust it without having to loosen it with the screws. I put on these plastic shields on the front to keep rain or grass away from the electronics inside, which I think is really important since this canopy sits quite high off of the frame. Flies really well. It has a little bit of a jitter, but that was mostly because of the motors being loose. I think I didn't tighten them down too much. I think you have to be very careful mounting these motors because it's deceptive how much the plastic squishes when you tighten those screws, and how tight is tight. That's something that's to be determined, I guess. Other than that, flies very well. I've got 2-cell setup. I've done my elastic band, fabric head strap type elastic underneath the carriage, cut off the top of the carriage for the battery, and I can fit most batteries in here now. And I'm using a 2-cell there, one of the original Mobula 250s as a test battery. So anyways, this is a very impressive little quad, and it probably around 90 grams, I guess, with the battery. 85 maybe, I'm not sure. I have to get a battery from my scale and start measuring this stuff. But I put foam on the front too, the nice dense Caddx foam that came with the Caddx camera. Put that on his bumpers at the front. And we won't be flying today because it's really windy and rainy out. But I wanted to show you this before it gets trashed. And I would like to get an HD one now, but they're like $200 Canadian or something. It's just extreme. I almost thought of mounting a run cam split on this, but if I strip the run cam split, probably wouldn't lose that much weight. And then I also have the extra separate VTX now, so it's extra heavy actually. So, but it performs well. It does very good flips, and it might be just because the motors are fresh, but very good flips. A little bit of oscillations when hovering, and I have to work on that and figure out what's causing those oscillations. I'm not sure what this back rail is for on it here. Actually, this one here, there's like a mount for something on the back. I put this toothpick on here to stiffen it, but there's a mount here, 2 little pieces that run here. Maybe that's for the camera and an optional mount or something. But just below the toothpick, you can see these plastic lugs there. So there you go, plastic shielding on the front. Pretty important, I think. Definitely if you're flying in terrain like this. The monkey puzzle tree.